This is Jamie with Starry Constellation Magazine. Gigi, congrats on joining the band. What was your thoughts when you first read that Tammy was A, going to be sitting behind a drum kit, and B, that eventually she joins the group?
I'm pumped. When Ed asked me if I would be willing to share that little part of me with the world, I was nervous. My mom was very thrilled, but it reinstated this love I've always had for drumming. I usually just appreciate it from afar as a music fan, and it felt really good to be back behind the kit and have a good time with these girls and Brian cheering us on in the crowd. It was really cool. I'm excited for her.
Have your hands repaired since you've been playing? You had to play so much. I'm sure there was take after take.
It's not even the hand, it's my calf muscle. I forgot how much with
Mm.
the bass drum. I used to have a really strong calf muscle playing when I was a kid, and I forgot your calf and your shin get really sore after a while, but it's gotten better.
Well, Tammy's relationship with Mikey goes through a change this season as well. Is it something they discussed with you maybe in season one that she's having these feelings and that it may evolve in a different way season two? Or is this a surprise to you when you first read the season two script that things were going to change with their relationship?
I think I knew a little bit when Ed started asking me about the drumming aspect of it. And I think he does a really good job at seeing the way people like banter and click on set. And like I know Tammy doesn't even have a romantic thing with Pags, but I know Ed told me he liked the times he saw me and Brian interacting. And I think he utilizes the way people, if people can have like a rapid fire kind of thing or who gels and flows. So I kind of knew that he was like, oh, I like this. And he saw me with Barrett and was like, I like this. And kind of pushed Tammy there, which was really fun. I loved working with all of them this season.
Brian, I think that your character is like the ultimate wingman. He's the best manager. He's such a good hype guy. Nick is just like the best friend you could want. He's kind of everything in one. What is it about the band, though, that really makes him such a believer? Is this a career for him and he just really sees a financial future for himself? Or is it the relationship he has with these girls who are his friends?
I think it's a cocktail of all those things, but more than anything at the moment, it's just like it's gotta work. I just feel like he's like, this has to work. And I think he sees the talent and he loves his sister. And but it's not even the kind of music that he's into. So I think he's just looking at it, seeing there might be an opportunity here, but I think he's feeling like if I can just control this situation, then this can really work out. So I think underneath all of that is that he has a deep love for the girls. But certainly on the surface, he's like, he's walking into the unknown. He's taking the risk, he's taking the leap, and he's hoping that there's some netting underneath. And if not, he's going to build the netting as he's falling.
Well, I think you have a great comedic talent in you as well. And I feel like those little moments shine for Pags as well. You're a mom wearing the leather pants and how that is a reoccurring thing, but also, you just have this great comedic insight that I think features here and there and it's nicely sprinkled throughout season two.
Thank you.
Were you able to improvise it all, or was everything just beautifully written by Ed?
I definitely was able to improvise. I think Ed gave me a lot of leeway to kind of do whatever I wanted to. And then if I was doing too much, he'd reel me back in. Certainly on the last day that we were filming, we filmed that scene outside. It's in the first episode and it's outside the club and I'm freaking out because the girls, the girl quit the band. And I'm just like going crazy. And it was the last thing we were shooting. So I was like I was at an 11 and,
and British.
And British. And I think I went over to Ed. I said, is it too much? And he goes, let me watch that last one. He watched it back and he goes, yeah, it's a little too much. Let's bring it down a couple of notches. But yeah, I think Ed, he wrote towards me this year, the more coming back for a second season, Ed kind of saw my strengths and I think he wrote towards that. So it was a nice mashup of him writing towards me and him giving me the freedom to do what I wanted.
Well, there's such great cast chemistry as well.
Oh, thanks.
I texted Brian after watching the season back and I was like, I didn't realize how much you spoke. Like this guy he does improvise a lot, but Ed did write him these huge monologues. Like his days of work were long and he was in a lot of scenes. And like, he would not only do the monologues, but then add so much to it that I watched it and I was like, man, good job. You did really good.
He threw a lot of me this year. At one point he said that he added this, it didn't even make the final cut, but he added this, a quote from The Great Gatsby in one of the scenes. And he was like, can you do that? And I was like, you're throwing in a quote from The Great Gatsby? Like, not even one of like, it's like a kind of obscure quote. And so I learned it on the go and did it. So it was.
Gerald in your repertoire, ready to go.
I was just going to say, I don't think Nick is
training.
Yeah. I don't think Nick is a Gatsby reader though, but I'm glad I'm glad that it worked out. But thank you guys so much for chatting with me today. I think people are really going to love season 2.
Awesome. Thank you so much.